G'day YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to the Dice Toy Review. And I actually haven't done one so far around last week because, hey, I was actually straightforward doing lots and lots of delayed uploads on YouTube. And yes, I've basically run out of here, so I do apologise for not making new toy reviews last week. But anyways, we've got Percy the Small Engine hauling 4 freight cars, a few tankers they are, and 2 flatbed wagons, which actually makes up to at least 6. Hence this number, and he's derailed. Here comes the hand of God shot. Off you go, Percy. His gears are straightforward alright, but I'm straightforward skeptical of how long they're going to be lasting for, because once the clutch problem starts to occur, Percy becomes totally dysfunctional. But anyways, the Tomy toys are basically the epitome of just how awesome Thomas & Friends toys are. On one other hand, it seems like Mattel has owned and ruined the whole franchise. Does anyone agree with me? Of course they do. But what lies inside is, of course, a couple of Hot Wheels related stuff and also other generic toy cars. Obviously, I've purchased 2 Hot Wheels related items. One is, of course, a charity shop goodie that I actually purchased for about £3, as you can see. Quite weird somehow, hey, of what I really have purchased. It's a very weird, strange, I don't know what to really say. It's a very strangely wrapped up pack. It's basically like a double Ziploc zip bag. I also like for the fact that it's also taped as well. Double zips, which is actually quite a very nice thing to see. Ooh, a bit of tape right there. Quite weird, isn't it, when you have tape around here? But that's there to like pack the toy cars properly. It's a Tesco double Ziploc zip bag, obviously. Got a straightforward bag and see what they all look like. Out they come. Oh yes. And then we've also got this Hot Wheels car, which is called the Blitz Speeder. Now, originally I was going to straightforward purchase 3 Hot Wheels cars, but unfortunately I actually have to buy only just one, and it's actually a bit of a shame because I went to this place called The Entertainer, and I was actually initially thought I was going to be buying 3 for £2, but unfortunately I think when I went there it was slightly misleading. But nevertheless, it's a made in Malaysia Hot Wheels car, and I'm actually quite curious to see what it actually looks like. I might actually take a look at other toys that were sold at The Entertainer without getting a nasty sensitive issue from the stores that I go to, which is chronically a big shame because obviously toys of today don't seem to gel well than that of toys of the past, which I'll get into later. But anyways, we've got a very good mix of various toy cars, and Percy's being really useful apart from that Y-shaped point section here that he often derails at. Yes, we've got, what's that? That is a very strange looking generic toy car. It almost looks like the Batmobile from Batman, but hey, we've also got the actual real Batmobile from, yes, it's a 2004, oh, that's interesting, made in Malaysia sort of Hot Wheels car. That actually looks very good, Nick. And Percy's derailed here, but I'm going to straightforward show you what they all look like. This is actually quite nice. I'm going to straightforward have a bit of a look. Yes, it's a Hot Wheels thing. Of course, it looks nice. I can't see any dings or scratches. It is quite very nicely, it hasn't been played around with. I call that the Hot Wheels love. You know, it's like the Thomas love, the Cars love, whatever. Basically, that's what it is. And there's another one there. That is like some sort of Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. It's a Velociraptor racing car. It's like the Le Mans style racing car. It's got a picture of the Tyrannosaurus Rex on both of the sides here. I wonder why Hot Wheels would make that. Probably it's because dinosaurs roar and cars roar. They're 2 of the most amazing boyish things that we get these days. Okay, so yes, it's made in Thailand. It's a bit different actually. Quite a very nice design. It's actually meant to look like the Velociraptor from Jurassic Park. Is that blue? Sorry, Jurassic World, the one starring with Chris Pratt. I just get the names of the franchises stuffed up because they almost look like they are part of the same franchise, but with just different film title names, which is just stupid as hell. I don't know why. I should have called Jurassic World Jurassic Park 4. Then the whole thing would be successful, wouldn't it? I don't know. Yes, it is nice. Obviously, I like how it is. There's just so many of them. Just wonderful. And I'm going to take a look at this here, the one I've just straightforward unboxed or unpacked. It's quite a very nice looking design here. It's quite a very newish looking car. It's of course that's interesting, 2015. I don't know why would I even guess that this is a 2015 toy car. That's probably like 10 years old. That doesn't seem that long, to be honest. And there's the other side there. Again, we've got the Hot Wheels logo, which is actually quite nice to see. Coming in for a bit of a close-up shot. Quite nice that we're getting a wide variety of Hot Wheels cars. I might straightforward do a bit of a playthrough of some of my Hot Wheels cars. Going back to the Batmobile. Yes, I think it's a DC thing. I can't see the Batman logo here, but I can see the little Hot Wheels logo. It's one of these things, you know, it's not that bad, but I'm probably guessing if it's too long, well, I don't know how compatible it is to, you know, other things like play sets. What is that? Oh, it's a Matchbox car. Well, that's interesting. Is that like a, oh, this one's very loved. That's actually quite a lot of paint chips on that car. That's quite crazy. And then we've also got this cheap and nasty diecast car that I might probably smash up in another video if I keep on buying more knockoff toy vehicles. And then this one right here, they're just generic cheap Chinese cars. Yeah, I don't know what to really say. Hot Action Contest, that looks like a Nissan Fairlady, but to be honest, the plastic just doesn't feel great. Same with this one here. I think it's just, yeah, I can just feel how rubbish this feels. Yeah, very cheap and nasty. Yeah, you know what, I might probably smash these in another video, I think. And then we've also got this one here. This one looks like a pretty good toy car. I don't think it's that bad. Looks like a Japanese toy car. Almost looks like Tomy used to do Tomica or Tomica style cars. I remember going back to Malaysia, and I remember seeing well, I didn't sell anything, div. Anyways, I'm not an idiot fool, or idiotic foolish person, like, oh, I can't really talk today. I can't be rude, it's just that, hey, there's another cheap diecast car we've also got on the ring here. It's like a fake Lamborghini, Top Action, number 3 or number 4, and it looks like Percy is derailed here. Anyways, let me just reroute Percy here. Okay, coming in for the Hand of God shots without any confusion and delay here. I'll put Percy back on the rails here. I might also give these cars a good run for the money, I suppose, eh? This one's quite nice and small. This one here looks fairly big. I don't know why some of the Hot Wheels cars I've purchased may appear a bit long, like that Batmobile one. It looks like we're getting a mix of various Hot Wheels cars. That one there seems to be very, very loved. That one there, it reminds me of one of these Tomica cars that you get from Japan. That's what I'm thinking of somehow. Maybe I might as well load the Batmobile. Look at that! I can load some Hot Wheels cars onto the train. There we go, a really, really heavy one. Look at that. Just stunning to look at. It's wonderful, isn't it? Just to see Percy doing the bulk of his work. And he's derailed. What is wrong with Percy, man? Oh my gosh. Have I just built one of the worst layouts that I've just decided to build? And I could also get the much more recent Hot Wheels car with the beautiful looking chromish, pinkish looking windows. Although I think, yeah, it's not that great. Yeah, it's a bit too long somehow, I think. Yeah, it's not that good. I might have to straightforward take the Hot Wheels cars out. There's no stop and go pieces like so. But straightforward flip the points before there's a derailment. And best of all, I can just turn off the auto point section like so. I can just straightforward make it static so that Percy can run better. Look at him go. Choo choo. He's totally and utterly useful now. Now, I don't know about you, but yes, the Tomy stuff is alright. Mattel is also alright. But man, when Mattel makes Thomas and Friends stuff, I feel very skeptical of. But anyways, I'm going to play with these Hot Wheels cars right over, you guessed it, at the very back side of my room, which I've never, ever ventured right over here. And to be honest, that's one thing. And look at the mess here. I've been stuffing around like a 3-year-old. What the hell's going on? There's a lot of cardboard here. I might probably sort that one out. Maybe during the Christmas displays, if I don't want to straightforward like stuff around and that type of thing. Anyways, so there's other cars right here I can also straightforward play around with. Another Hot Wheels car has straightforward decided to give himself the boot because obviously it's off the layout. Oh my goodness me. Right, I can just straightforward play with quite a few Hot Wheels cars. Let's see how they work on this play set. The new one looks alright. Jurassic World, Velociraptor car, looking right here. Oh, I didn't notice there was a car in another video, but there's a bit of a hang up. Anyways, I'm going to straightforward reactivate the elevators. Alright, the Batmobile and the Jurassic Park cars, they've basically been straightforward, totally stored. I don't know why. I think it's because of just how long and narrow the bodies are. Well, there you go. That one there looks like a NASCAR car. That blue one there reminds me of the King from Disney Pixar's Cars. Off they go. Whoa! And a bit of a stacker, but I can keep this whole system going. Yes. If you've got more cars, then hey, cars, which can be quite stuck to straightforward get through. Nah, doesn't want to work. I think it's that wing at the end. Nope, you're fired. Doesn't seem to work. Not really the greatest, so I can just put it like here. Yeah, totally fits in. And of course, I'm going to give this previous car that I've just straightforward had for years a nice run. Let's see how the Batmobile works. I think it's going to struggle here because of its long body, and not only that, because of its wings that are protruding right at the backside. Oops. Oh no, Batman! Where's Robin when you need him? Flipping out! You're totally disqualified. You can't save the day now. Well, sorry about that, Batman, but not today. Or maybe I put them like that. No, it's too long. So I just bought one of the most functional Hot Wheels cars that I've straightforward purchased. I might as well just take out the other cars and put them back to where they were, because obviously I can come back and basically buy some more Hot Wheels cars from various charity shops if I have some time. Oh man, I feel like I'm just a guy who just looks at toys and nothing else. You know, not just for the fact that I'm autistic, but hey, it's my hobby, right? Collecting toys is certainly the fun part of my life, isn't it? That's nice, isn't it? Nice collection indeed. And with Percy whirring around outside like so, I'm going to straightforward pop downstairs and have a bit of a chit. Okay, I'm actually at the toilet again. Pretty embarrassing when I'm at the Dunny today. But yes, I have actually straightforward purchased quite a lot of Hot Wheels cars. But the most common thing I often seem to be more interested are the Tomy trains. Now, of course, yes, you might be thinking, oh, but Ivan, ain't you too old to try and buy so many trains like that? Nah, because you know what? I'm just going to flush the toilet here. Just hang on, one more thing. There you go. I've just flushed the goddamn toilet. Right. Let me just be very G-worded and very clear here. Okay, so to have a very big psychology of buying lots of Tomy and Trackmaster trains, and of course, there's your saying, choosers, or should I say, beggars can't be choosers, because obviously I can't straightforward like buy everything at once, because that would be just too freaking greedy. But obviously there's so many trains. In fact, I've actually got a couple of other trains that will be delivered like tomorrow, and I might try and do either a video on Wednesday or Thursday. I might probably say Thursday, because it might be a bit better just to straightforward sit on top of. It might be best to not like get sat on top of other video subjects that I'm about to cover on Wednesday. I'm going to go upstairs and just straightforward tell you what I'm on about. Okay, I'm actually finally back, and yes, I could tell what a guy say. Buying stuff at eBay is obviously completely and utterly dangerous. And let me just move the water cannon here, because I need to straightforward blabber about all this stuff here. And I tell you what, guys, like looking at all this weird but really awesome Thomas and Friends Trackmaster and Tomy stuff, you're gonna straightforward get everything these days, because I can tell you what, buying toy trains, you know, from eBay, it's just relatively dangerous. Like as you can obviously see, I've just been hunting down Trackmaster or Tomy Duck. Obviously one of the most classic, but also the most expensive. You know, some people told me Oliver is like the most expensive to purchase in the Tomy Playroll Rome, just because he's so rare. no, it might be due to the fact that he's so unusual that his wheel configuration and design makes it so different than any other Tony Player or Trackmaster character. You know, there's just so many other trains I could really strive for dream on and purchase on. But then, hey, you know what? There's your saying, as I said before, choosers can't be beggars. Oh, look, that train is tender. How weird is that? But anyways, yes, someone has chewed out some of these couplings. That's crazy, isn't it? But you know what? That's just what it is somehow. You know, I can't buy everything at one go somehow because I know it's coming up towards the lead up towards Christmas, but I just can't buy everything because, well, I'm not a rich man. I'm not really a guy who lives in the rich man's world. That's just the problem. You know, every time you go on eBay, there's a lot of dangerous stuff. There's a lot of dangerous activity landing around eBay. And be very careful of what really lands upon you because as soon as you straightforward purchase one item or the other, like for example, if I wanted to buy Tomy or Trackmaster Duck, you need to be extremely careful of what you're straightforward finding because somehow you're most likely going to end up having expensive versions or expensive, you know, the problem with, well, of course it's local because I can tell you what the guys say, when you buy Tomy or Trackmaster trains, currently there's a lot of like really dangerous, you know, very high exchange rates. Of course there's a Henry, which obviously, I tell you what guys, I was on a fight to try and buy Henry, and I tell you what guys say, yes, I won the battle, and finally I'm so glad I could just buy Henry. In fact, I'm actually so happy that I've just bought Henry because, hey, Henry is really awesome. And I also purchased Toby with a Henrietta, which is, of course, the coach that he pulls with. The Tomy, I think it's going to be a Trackmaster Classic one, which is not as nice as the Tomy version, but nevertheless, hey, Toby is goated. I think the other train I would say is goated is Duck. Obviously, I wanted to buy Duck, you know, because Tomy Duck. Oh, look, there's some troublesome trucks here. Really awesome somehow. But I want to go ahead and buy Duck because he's just not only just green, but he's also one of the few engines, the other few steam engines, alongside Toby, to ever use a C-size battery. But more specifically, Tomy or Trackmaster Duck is by far the only C-size battery train that has side rods. You know, in the Thomas and Friends ROM. I think if I'm talking non-Thomas and Friends ROM, I would probably say the C12. Oh man, I can tell what those guys say. There's just so many different variations of Thomas, Percy, James, and all of your other favourite characters that you can get from the TV show. But at the same time, I'm just not a rich man's world guy. You know, I'm just just a developing country person. You know, I'm just a 25-year-old guy who comes from a poor country nation just to see, or should I just say, a poor man's land? Or I mean, that would be much more obvious, wouldn't it? Without sounding too, you know, how would I say it? Too literal. I don't know if that's the right word I'm saying here because I can't really straightforward put English words correctly when I'm speaking here. But anyways, yes, there is a huge smorgasbord of Thomas and Friends toys. Mostly Tomy because that's the system I'm always conformed to. I always love Tomy, and that's why I always seem to buy lots of it. I'll tell you what, there'll be more videos coming up like so in the future because obviously it's the lead up to Christmas and it's also the most dangerous time of the year because not only children are extremely vulnerable to violence and stress, but also it's the gifts. How could you really be very careful about gifts if you want to straightforward purchase anything but Thomas? Crazy, isn't it? But yes, I am one of these people, one of these stupid YouTubers who always seems to scroll down and search Thomas and all of his different friends. And actually, you know what? I'm going to straightforward type in Toby and see which versions of Toby I would have liked. Luckily enough, there is another Toby. Yes, I'm seeing different variations and versions of Toby. Oh, look, there's Toby with different, that's weird. I didn't realise there's a Toby with two Henriettas. That's very unusual. That's quite, very strange. I somehow don't know why. Sounds a bit strange, but I think that's what it is. Oh, that's quite a very nice drive unit with two Henriettas.
That's very funny to have 2 Henriettas. Plus an extra Henrietta. That is very nice. Thank you very much to the person who has sold that somehow. And how would I even know? Oh, there's another Toby with Henrietta for £10.95. But yeah, I can tell you guys, I've been purchasing a lot of Tomy trains. I'll tell you what, let me take a look at Henry. Henry's quite awesome. There's quite a lot of amazing things surrounding this beautiful big version of Percy. But it's Henry, for crying out loud. Now, I was going to be thinking about purchasing the £14.99 or £15 Henry, which was powered by a AA battery. But nevertheless, I've actually got the Tomy version because not only he looks right, but he also has the right proportions. His firebox is not as oversized. He's not too overly large than that of the Trackmaster 2 or Trackmaster Classic versions of Henry. He's a much better version. Like this model, this version of Henry, like if you look at this one, he has the right proportions. I love the firebox. I love the cab windows on it. Boy, he is just stunning. Fantastic loco. Very nice to see. And of course, yes, the one I'm hoping for before or after Christmas is no other than, let me just straightforward search you the one I'm going to be buying. It's, hello, I'm Duck. Yes, Duck the Great Western Engine. See what I did? I actually did a Bristolian accent because that's where he is from. For crying out loud. Why do I keep on saying it so many times? But yes, with Tomy or Trackmaster Duck, his price is so scarily expensive. Mind you, the one really suspicious aspect about purchasing Duck is definitely something I gotta be really careful of, because as soon as you start buying stuff from eBay, you never know of what you'll know. As I said before, who's gonna kill eBay? It's going to be the sellers and not the buyers, obviously. And I can tell you what, without even straightforward dragged into courts, I'm going to stop here. Anyways, if you really enjoyed this video, please give this video a very good like. Subscribe for more flat videos in the future, and especially as we're coming up towards Christmas, lots and lots of Thomas & Friends stuff will be straightforward, be covered like this. If I have the chance to straightforward do things like that in the future, up and towards, who knows, maybe I have to straightforward wait until after Christmas, or maybe another Christmas, I don't know. Maybe January of 2026, that'd be really awesome. Anyways, I'm going to straightforward leave it here. As always, thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.